What is good, everybody? Welcome to Niner Faithful Radio. This is me, Jason, aka Niner Smash. As I'm sure everybody has heard right now, Nick Bosa has signed an extension on his contract. Let's go. We got Bosa back. He's burning in the field. I'm glad that we were waiting till 11:59 to get this man signed and on the team to go. But let's go. I have yet to see the numbers on the contract, so this is gonna be kind of cool because I've been trying to avoid spoilers, like I was in the Matrix, doing all sorts of crazy stuff to avoid the spoilers for the numbers. So I'm gonna actually go ahead. I'm gonna click the intro music stuff that we like to play beforehand, and while that, I'm gonna pull up some flicks, and then we will see what the numbers look like. All right, so we will be right back.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
What is up? So before I actually pull this up to see what everything is looking like, I have not yet seen the contract. So let me see. I'm going to guess, I'm hoping it's 5 years, 165 mil, and I'm going to say 120 guaranteed. That's what my guess is. Again, I have not seen the actual contract or the numbers yet, so let's get to pull up the Twitter real quick. Let's see, share screen. All right, so there's that. Make it a little bit easier. Everybody's seeing. Let's see. Nick Bosa. I'm sure that'll bring up about a million things. All right. Look at all these people already. Nick paid Nick Bosa. Juice, we got Demo, D-Flag, Gray, Taylor, let's take. All right, Adam Schefter, source. All right, so Nick Bosa is agreed to a 5-year, 170, I said 165, 49ers, including 122, I just said 120, by a wide margin. It'll make him the highest paid defensive player in history. Nicely done, Nick Bosa. And there's a lot of money. What is that in here? So he's making about 34 a year. There's been a lot of people just, how much we were actually talking about for how much the contract was going to be. Was it going to be for the 33, barely over the 32? Was he going to go to 35? So I think this is a good number. Obviously, it makes him the highest paid player, defensive player in the history of the league. Resets, it's not a quote unquote like a market reset to where the next person is going to make 100, so he getting 35 a year. Like, it's not going to shoot up to like 40, which some people, including myself, said he'd be worth 40 a year. Damn, that's a lot of money. I am so glad we got Nick Bosa. I'm wondering, we go through some of these right now. If it was the same to where with like TJ Watt, if he walked in and was like, look, get me signed, get me on the field. We got to get this done before. And, I'm looking at this. I'm not following Coach Prime on Twitter, so let's go ahead and drop Coach Prime. We'll follow. All right, next, shall we? Trent Williams. Yes, we shall. Yeah, definitely enjoying a ton of money. Let's see.
Just a little getting the contract.
Just really happy.
Yeah, let's get that off before YouTube and the Niners. The Niners, if you play any sort of like what do you call it, audio from their things, they're noted for getting a strike extension. So we'll see how long this lasts. Probably just for that little bit. Yeah, $170 million. There's a lot. I can't even imagine that much money. 5 mil. Oh, according to this, that he will play Sunday, which obviously, like I talked about yesterday on our show, this if he wasn't signed today, I would have highly doubted he played Sunday. There's just so much to get done between now. If he had waited another day or two to get signed, whether or not it was going to happen. But yeah, I definitely thought today was going to be cut down. What's up, Eric Wallace? Big boy signing for yeah, it is, man. Definitely. I've been waiting for this signing. I can stop posting the Pay Nick Bosa hashtag post twice a day and everything on our Twitter and Instagram and everything. It's definitely a good day. Good day for the Bosa family. Good day for the faithful. Good day for the 49ers in this thing. Get the man in the building and let's get this going against the Steelers. Let's see. Armstead, let's go. Demo, Fire, Juice, turn me up. Trent Williams, Trent. I also saw another of the captains were announced too, but let's look at that real quick. Let's look at the 49ers real quick. All right, so our team captains this year. Oh. All right, so on defense, we've got Warner and Armstead, and then everybody else on the offense with Trent and George, returning captains. Debo, Tim Kwame retweeted me this morning talking about, hey, Debo needs a C on his chest. Debo got that C. I'm really surprised that Brock Purdy is a captain in year 2. Kind of also surprised that Nick Bosa is not a captain right now. Now, whether or not he gets his captaincy back because of the signing and everything, we shall see. All right, let's see what Eric has to say. Even in hostile, we're going to have fun not seeing Bosa. Wouldn't have been the same. No, it's probably along the same lines as like when we got Sherman and Sherman lined up against you guys. That just even seeing Sherman in Niners gear for like the last few years kind of was like, whoa, this is Richard Sherman's a 49er. But yeah, so definitely, I think it's good across the board for the entire league because both the 49ers and the league in general are better with Bosa on the field. I mean, just like what Tomlinson said yesterday, he was preparing for it as if Bosa was going to be there one way or another. Purdy is a captain year 2. I am really surprised on that one. It's almost like an FU to Trey in a way, but at the same time, the one thing that I almost said that Brock definitely had more than Trey was that Brock, and most people realize there's different styles of leadership. You have your quiet leaders who are, and both styles work. And Trey to me was a quiet leader. But I don't think this team needed a quiet leader. They needed someone with a little bit more Roxy to him, somebody a little bit more flamboyant. And while we never got to see how much of that Trey could have been had he been entrenched longer as the starter, obviously we didn't. But everything we saw, Trey was definitely that quiet leader. I think the leadership that Brock brings is a lot more of this style for this team. This is a very, I don't want to call it cocky because cocky, people talk about cocky as that's a negative context kind of a thing. But I don't see being cocky, but it's more like a confident. So this team has always been confident. And I think that Brock fit that design a little bit better. Yes, definitely that. Let's go back to Nick Bosa. Let's see if there's anything else about Nick Bosa. What are you doing, dude? Alright, just that again. Let's do the latest. Show the people. See if you can see who bring up. That's not gonna do it. So Fred's reaction again. Really shouldn't be playing that again in case we get the strike on there from the Niners. That I love this. I love everybody checking in, showing their love to Bosa get paid. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a distraction. Loco, what's up, my oos? I know a lot of people were talking about, oh, he's a bad teammate and it's ruining the locker room, blah, blah, blah. Listen to that bullshit. These guys all realize that this is a business. They're only there for a very short amount of time, so they need to make their money. Of course, they want Nick Bosa there, but they also realize the fact that being a business, you have to do what's best for yourself. So I don't see in any sort of way that it was breaking the locker room or anything like that by having that. It didn't break with Debo. It didn't break with Trent. It didn't break with George. Any of those guys. So people like that, like you don't understand. We as content creators and the media make more of a buzz around it with what sort of issue the team is going to have because someone is holding out versus what's actually going. This is most of the time it's just us fans and everybody else getting in our feelings about it because oh no, if we don't have Nick Bosa, we can't win. Which we definitely could win games without Nick Bosa, but it definitely gets easier with Nick Bosa. All right, so there's SF9 is doing that. And Rappaport, hold on, is over. Let's see. Most of these. I like this one. I just want to get a sack, baby. Definitely. That's all we want from. Just have to have a big belly and be out of shape. Yeah, Nick Bosa is going to be ready to go. No ifs and no buts. Bosa will be ready to go. This is breaking on there. I should probably repost this. But yeah, I came straight from home. I saw the posts from everybody that was going on that Nick Bosa was signed. I don't know how many text messages that I got from other people stating that he was signed. So that's this is true. Everybody's live right now. In fact, let me look up at YouTube real quick. How many people are just going live right now with 49er stuff right now? One. Here in the middle of us, the fellas over at No Border Sports, SF Niners. The Steelers chat is at the Chat Sports, which the Chat Sports is actually a really good YouTube channel. They cover there's one for every team. There's a 49ers report by Chat Sports is also up there. Jason Apate is live. I think I saw earlier that Chapman had gone live. I'm sure Breezy's gone live. 95.7 is live still. So yeah, everybody's definitely live right now. When news of Nick Bosa's signing hit, Fred Warner ran into the 49ers locker room yelling, "Where's Fred pass around here?" I love that. See, again, the locker room is not broke or any of that kind of stuff. Like, oh, no, they don't know he's a bad teammate. Shut up. They understand the business. They just want that man to make some money. Who's texting? Don't know who that is. Oh, all right. Williams talking about it. I don't know if it wasn't. I definitely talking about that. Not much else on here for what it says. This is from Steph Sanchez, who's going to be. Yeah, that's pretty much rehashing everything that everybody's been saying the last few days about this. Mariah doing a Bosa giveaway. As for me, follow her. She gets great stuff. Grant Cohn. I'm sorry, I don't like Grant Cohn. I think that is well known on this channel. I think Grant Cohn is what you would call a low-key bully when it comes to stuff. Yeah, so that is definitely how it is right now. All right, look what we got joining the stage. We got Mr. Bryant Cope. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
It's a good day, man. The band is completely back together at this point.
I wasn't sure if it was earlier, but I think um, your audio sounds like you're a little bit further back. Maybe I don't know if it's
Let me
because you got
switch
your
back again. My
Back to my headset, and for some reason, after I do it, it goes right back to there. Does that
yeah.
sound
Now
better
it's
now?
yeah.
I had to switch a few things around on my audio, and for some reason, it always switched back to my webcam. And then, so I got to remember at each stream, I do change it back, but then somewhere between hitting the start stream and now, it switches back. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that setting. But
So we got a Bosa signing, dude.
Bosa is back, my man. Like, so I
Cheers.
here's I got some milk. I was actually at work when my phone started blowing up between all the Twitter, Facebook notifications, all that kind of stuff. Then everybody tweeting, and then everybody's messaging me constantly like, "Hey, Bosa, 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 Bosa." And so I was deliberate, and I didn't actually see the numbers until I actually sat home and started the stream, and I was pretty close to what I thought it was. I had it at 165 and 120 guaranteed. It's 122 and a half at 170, so it's 34 a
170
year.
or 170?
I
It
thought it was
is
175.
170, right?
Let me pull it back up
Yeah,
again.
because somebody said 175, and then I thought it was 170, and it's like 125 guaranteed, right?
It's 5 year, 170
122.
million, 122 guaranteed.
Okay,
Damn, that's still a lot of money.
and that's what
So we
about
got about
34 a year.
it was 34 a year, almost hitting that 35 point, where a lot of people were saying that it was too high, but I thought it was completely worth it. Um, I wonder if they finally made an agreement, or if one side broke. Like maybe Bosa was going for 135, or did he pull kind of like what TJ Watt did a couple years ago, where he walked in and said, "Get me signed, I want to play." So I'm kind of curious as to which side caved in. And so, let's see.
I'd like to know who caved too. I think it was who said it. Either Mariah said it or my wife's aunt said it. I think my wife's aunt said it. If Bosa was her agent was Bosa, she would have already had a new agent. It's like, come on, let's get the job done.
Right.
But they
Like, why
finally
are we waiting till 11:59? So, here's the cool thing. So on my way home, I've got the Niner stickers and the flags and everything all over my car. This guy pulls up to next to me, rolls down his window, tells me to roll down my window. I was like, what the fuck? So I roll down the window, and he's like, you see who just got signed? And we both yelled, and we're going 60 down I-5. We're both like, Bosa. So, and so then we both got off at the same exit because I'm on my way to pick up my wife from work to come home. And we parked next to each other. So I jump out, throw my business card that I got for the Niner Faithful radio stuff. And I was like, hey, man, if you're a fan, here's our stuff. We're going to be going live. And he's like, oh, yeah, yeah. So that was kind of funny, like a little interaction that, it's just funny. We both yelled Bosa at the same time, doing, just driving down the middle of the freeway.
That's funny.
Luckily, there was nobody else even close to us, So, but yeah, good times. I'm so glad the band are back together. Have you seen who the captains are? Because that was announced too.
No, I just seen that when I got here and clicked. I was going to ask you.
Yep.
So
Let me pull it up on
can we
here.
guess before you read them out? My
I
guess.
already looked. I
Oh.
got it. I looked at it before. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. So I'm just going to guess.
Okay.
Eric Armstead, Fred
Yep.
Warner,
Yep.
Bosa. We're going to say no Bosa. Okay.
No Bosa.
So that would have been my three on defense. Then I'm not going to guess anymore for defense right now. I'm going to say Trent Williams, George Kittle.
Yep.
And I'm going to say CMC.
No.
Okay.
Would you like to see who your captains are?
I'd love to see it.
One of them, I don't know if you saw, Tim Kwame reposted what I told him last night or this morning, because he posted this morning, hey, they're going to announce it. And I was like, you need to put a C on number 19. And he agreed. And so here are your captains.
Debo, okay.
Debo
Brock
and
Purdy. Okay.
Brock Purdy. That one kind of caught me for a surprise. How you doing,
So
Kim? Thank you very much.
wow, four. Last year it was 4 defense, and then this year's 4 offense. So that's a change up.
I'm really surprised that Brock Purdy is a camp. Well, I am, but I'm not. I like his leadership style, which I think that was the one thing Trey Lance lacked was that because obviously there's different types of leaders. He is one of those. He's a quiet leader, which I don't think necessarily works with this team all that well because this team is very confident / cocky, and Brock fills that role. You'd see it with the way he plays. He kind of fits in with that mentality for this team. So I'm surprised. It's almost like an F you to Trey kind of thing.
I would like to know like what Kittle and Trey's relationship was because you've seen it in the off the game interviews and stuff like that afterwards or halftime or something. And Brock will be talking, and then Kittle comes up and says something, and Brock just turned to him and was like, "Shut up." Like when you tell Kittle to shut up, and it's like it's like. I'm not going to say that if I met him, I wouldn't eventually get to that relationship, but that for him to come in that fast and then do it on like national media and then not be afraid to be like, hey, back down or, like respect me a little bit, or whatever, check him just a little bit. That's like probably what he's doing in the huddle too. So, no, I didn't see that. I didn't see that from Brock, but not Brock. I mean, Trey Lance, but yeah, I'm really now really excited. This just totally put it over the top for me today.
Yeah, I am curious if they're going to put that C back on Bosa now that he's signed. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, how do you not have the Defensive Player of the Year as a captain?
It's kind of hard not to see him there. Somebody said earlier today that they were going to have 7 last year, and they think they took it away because Kyle didn't want to make Trey Lance a captain. I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
And I don't know. I mean, like, I guess they had 7 captains the year prior. That's what someone said. And then 6 this year. So now we're going to have 6, for this coming season. So I wouldn't be mad to see Bosa with the C on his jersey, but I don't know if it really.
I think you have to.
Sort of, huh?
Yeah, I think you have. I mean, he's been a captain. Again, he just came off being played Defensive Player of the Year. Arguably literally the best player on your team, and the best defensive player in the league in general. How do you not put a C on him again? I know it's not necessarily like hockey where the hockey captaincy is like revered kind of a thing, and it's not that same status in the NFL kind of a thing. But it's still you can't take that away from him. Would they take it away just because he's holding out making money?
See, like in a sense, that is kind of like a captain's thing to do, right? You have to stand up for yourself and stand up for the rest of the team. So if you do hold out, and other people get paid because of what you did, like what your actions caused, they're like, hey, we don't want to play around with anybody else.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of a little weird. Like if he would have signed yesterday, would he have been made a captain? Because like it really seemed like they were waiting for him to sign before they released the captain. So
and this was released. Let's see, about an hour ago. So almost at the exact same time the book. So did they not know and they just released it, or did they have 2 and he's not going to be a captain? To answer Showmax here, who's asking wasn't Kibo? Yeah, Debo was not a captain last year.
No, I think this is his first year being a captain.
Yep, this is his first year being a captain. I think he should have been a captain last year personally, but I'm not sure what goes on behind the scenes to determine that. But I think the big shocker this year is Purdy. I can guarantee you that's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. The people that are anti-Purdy, even me, I don't. As good as he was, I don't think. Had he done it an entire year, I get it. But only doing so few games, it's like. But then again, at the same time, like he showed what he can do. He kind of deserves it at the same time. All right, we got the Mrs.
There she is. I come through the door. She's like, "You're going live, huh?" I said, "Hey, I am."
Sophie Marino, Talofa, how you doing? Thank you for showing up. Yeah, as soon as I talked to my wife, she said the same thing. She's like, "You're gonna go home and get on a computer too." I'm like, "Yeah, I've got." She's like, "Yeah, I figured with this one you got to."
So, what's your thoughts like compared to like Brock Purdy and Big Ben? I know Big Ben had a bigger arm, just totally different athlete, but like with his mentality of being, or his same kind of, he was a rookie. He did pretty. He wasn't really a rookie, was he? Because
Second year.
second year rookie. That was the difference.
Yeah.
But he took the team all the way to the Super Bowl. And that was almost Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I think Brock would have been the first rookie because I can't think of anybody else who made it that far off the top of my head. So
Yeah, Tom Brady was what, a second year player when he won the Super Bowl? Because he wasn't.
so. He wasn't a rookie. I know that. So where'd this go?
Yeah, this is just a good day.
Yeah. Did you see what apparently when it was announced, Fred Warner, because I guess they're practicing, just ran into the locker room, screaming it out, and everybody else just started jumping in with him, having a good time.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Just want to make sure I said, "Hey, what's up? How you doing, brother?"
It's a Shasho. Yeah, Anshaw.
Yes,
He's a good guy.
definitely a good guy. Just gonna say I'm a texter. All right. But yeah, I could just see. I wish there was a camera in the locker room for when Fred Warner went running in there, and just see the locker room explode, kind of a thing, because they've got to be excited to have him back, especially after Fred's like.
That's what I do like about like the brick by brick, or those kind of shows, because it does show you a little bit more about like what the players, how they act and their personalities and stuff. I really don't care anything about their political stance or anything like that, but I would like to know if they're a funny guy or if they're, a quiet guy or whatever, because, sometimes, you don't ever get those vibes, and you won't know, like, tell you the truth, I don't know half of the people when they take their helmet off, what they look like. And I know that's bad, but it's like, you don't really get to see their face too much, so.
I had not heard this. If you see what Showmax here said, that he found out 2 minutes before his press conference. I hadn't heard that.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, I didn't even look at the contract till I got home, so I haven't looked up any extra stuff. I only knew about the captain's part because when I first pulled up information for it today to get ready for the show, that was the first thing that showed up. I was like, oh shit, captains. It says, do we really have the best defense? I think you can argue we are at very least, especially with Nick Bosa back on the field, a top 3 defense.
Yeah. I can't tell you that we have the best corners on the field, but we definitely have a really good D line.
Mm-hmm.
When you put Bosa there, it really brings up the whole line. Somebody was saying that Bosa doesn't get double teamed and triple teamed, and that doesn't help the team. That does help the team. If there's 3 or 4 people covering one guy, then hopefully somebody else on the other side of the field could, on the edge, or somebody can get to the quarterback. Then when you're playing so most of the time offense versus defense is 10 on 11, right? You got to kind of take away the quarterback. But when you're having the offense take, 3 players to stop 1 player, then you're playing like what, 7 on 11 or 7 on, so it's just, oh boy,
I would love to see who said that, but yeah, it doesn't make, it's like, have you watched how he plays? I mean, that's one of the reasons why last year in the playoffs, he didn't have a whole lot of impact at times. Well, he did have an impact because they were double and triple teaming him. It's just that no one else was able to capitalize on them going up, doing that to him.
How do you think he could pace himself? Or do you think just with the acquisition of maybe Hargrave, do you think that will help him for his longevity of the season? Because it seemed like when he did get to the playoffs, we didn't have the same burst. I knew the guy was tired, but 18.5 sacks, but still, it's like, how do we keep him with the same steam going through, or just going to be a roll of the dice kind of thing?
I do think a lot of that is going to, like, as good as Javon Hargraves is, he's going to command some extra blockers on him at times. Mm-hmm. Maybe not all the time, because you obviously pick your poison. Because without Nick Bosa, I think all of that pressure rotates over to Javon Hargraves. So obviously, now that Nick Bosa's back, you're almost picking your poison. You're going to double him up the middle. You're going to double Nick Bosa on the outside. And then that's where hopefully somebody like Eric Armstead or Drake Jackson or whoever else, Cleveland Farrell, those guys can start jumping in.
Hey,
Ted talks about Merry escape from the womb day, my man. You have a good one, brother. That's quite a good birthday gift for you. Enjoy it. Have a
yes,
beer. Have a few
yes.
beers.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ted. Hope the baby's doing good too. The wife, I understand.
Oh, did he have his kid?
Not yet. There was they
Okay.
had some some symptoms, but he's not here yet. But that would have
Okay.
been a birthday present. But hey, at least you got the second best thing, right? You got
Hey, I'm pretty sure if he had a kid today, he no longer had a birthday for the rest of his life. It would all be about the kid.
That kind of guarantees it. My dad's birthday is the 3rd. My sister's is the 6th, so that's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, real quick. I had an ex-girlfriend, and she had a pretty large family. She had like 7 brothers and sisters. They had 8 birthdays in July. Like every weekend, we were doing something for it. Let's see. Showmax, Eddie Hargrave, and Healthy Armstead will help Bosa. Oh, for sure. Any amount of help to get with that to help out Bosa is definitely going to be good. TJ saying happy birthday. Sophie with a happy birthday. Teresa, can't wait till Sunday. Yes, sir. We're definitely, or I should say yes, ma'am. Excuse me. Yes, ma'am. Sunday just got infinitely more exciting to me because I had said on our show's preview, like yesterday, obviously, yesterday, that if he didn't sign today, I didn't think he was playing week 1. I didn't think anything with it for week 1. So definitely makes it exciting. I mean, granted, our team isn't playing tomorrow, but I'm infinitely more excited about the game tomorrow now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because they're going to talk about it a little bit. You know they will. So
Virgo party.
Yep, Virgo party.
Ted saying it. Corey, the GOAT. I'm having a great day because of Nick Bosa. Definitely. It makes any day much better now that we got Nick Bosa there. You know, let's see. Showmax with a happy birthday to Ted. TJ, shoot me the link. All right, give me just a second. In fact, I put the link out in the Twitter. Oh, you're not in that. Sorry, TJ, I forgot. You're not in that Twitter group yet. We got to get you on that link in there. Let me pull.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, so I'm a Virgo. I like to tell people I'm a lover, not a fighter. I was born on the 24th, so it's like some people say it's the cusp. It just depends on the calendar you look at. But if you're a Virgo, you definitely.
My birthday is only important every 4 years. That's all I care about. My birthday is January 20th. You know what that date? You know what that date is for?
Is that January 20th? It would have been Super Bowl, right?
No.
Okay.
Every 4 years, something important happens on my birthday.
I know February we lose a day. So what happened?
Every 4 years, January 20th is when the president is sworn in.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said,
I should have guessed that.
So yeah, every 4 years my birthday is important, depending on how you look at politics and all that. But, what's up, TJ?
Bosa! Oh, I know everybody's doing legendary, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I didn't wake up with Nick Bosa being signed, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, and I was listening to Haberman the Middle Call, and they were like, Adam Schefter keeps on saying repeatedly they're willing to miss games, and so it's like, and I remember us talking to you and I talking on yesterday's show, Jason. I'm like, do they just scrap, contract talks? Because I said it on the show yesterday. Nick Bosa doesn't sign this year, he's not coming back. He was going to leave in free agency. That's a fact. Because Nick Bosa is allowed to reach free agency. I don't want to know what that contract is going to be. Like, I can't think of those numbers. My brain can't do that type of math if Nick Bosa hit free agency. True free agency.
What's up, Randy?
So, I mean, Tom Brady, is he getting a fully guaranteed contract? Like, I mean, these are questions we have to ask ourselves.
Have you seen the numbers yet?
170, 122 and a half guaranteed is what I heard.
Yep.
So what did you say, Jason? What did you say yesterday on the show? Give him 34.
Yeah.
Give him 34. And I agreed with you. I said, if you let the difference between Nick Bosa being on the field week 1, ready to go, be the difference between $32 and $34 million, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch failed this team because their job is to put the best team on the field available for Pittsburgh week 1. And they did not do that because this team is not the best team without number 97. So I was critical. I was critical of both, mostly John, Parag, Jed. Not so much Kyle because apparently Kyle didn't get that involved. But I was critical of all of them. But then I will give them their cake when they deserve it and their flowers, and they got it done. Now, ultimately, the question is, so what was this 2 weeks, 3, 4 weeks, whatever you want to say, pissing contest for? Because essentially, it seems like Nick Bosa got everything he wanted.
Yeah. TJ, did you see who the captains are?
Did I see the what?
The captains. The captaincies was announced too.
Yes, I did see the captain.
Thoughts on the captains?
I like. Go ahead.
I was like, thoughts on the captains?
I mean, Eric Armstead. I mean, yeah, okay. They call him Blueprint. They call him Blueprint for a reason. Fred Warner, Jason, you know how I feel about Bam Bam. We don't need to discuss this, brother. You know how I feel about Fred Warner. Trent, I mean, number 1A, number 1B on the team. That's probably putting Trent Williams' contract that he's automatically a captain. Like, let's be real. Trent, when you pick up a grown man and body slam him into the ground, you are going to be forever the team captain. Debo, big props to Debo. I'm so proud of Debo. I'm proud of Debo for what? Because we can say whatever we want about Debo. Oh, is he in shape? Is he serious about it? Every year he's been challenged. He stepped up. Did he fold like Dante Pettis? No. He did not fold like Dante Pettis. He stood up and he's answered the call.
I like that I called Debo.
He answered the call. Yeah, that was nice. Let me see. We got Debo. Brock, I mean,
that's
what you
that's
want.
Gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way.
I know it is, and everybody, I've already seen the tweets and, so Trey couldn't be, but you have Brock. You know what that tells me? That tells me that the locker room believes. Tells me that the locker room believes. Because beyond whatever, it's only been 8 games and everything, game recognizes game. And so that really actually excites me more about Brock Purdy. Is the fact that George Kittle, the fact that Trent Williams, the fact of these veterans are coming and saying, hey, this is our quarterback, this is our captain. Let's be real. You're already the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. Now you're a team captain. I mean, big props. And, of course, I mean, I don't have to explain how I feel about George Kittle. Everybody knows that, like, to me, one of the most heartbreaking things that will happen is if George Kittle does not finish his career as a San Francisco 49er. George is probably the first rookie when I did my rookie pick of the year that I got right. I remember getting my Kittle corn signed his rookie year and everything like that. I mean, George Kittle they should call him the San Francisco George Kittle. I mean,
so let's go.
Think about the Kyle Shannon.
Bryant, what do you think for a pitch count for Bosa come Sunday?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, I think because the weather has something to do with it this weekend.
It's going to be humid.
It's supposed to be raining.
Is it going to be humid? It's going to be raining.
What I understand, it might be floppy out there. So if just giving out a number, if we have like 60 snaps on defense, I'd put Bosa out there for maybe 20. This depends on how.
But I was going to say third. Yeah, I was going to say 12. I said you put him out there for a third of the snaps. So you figure every third down. That's essentially what I'm putting Bosa out there.
Yeah, I mean, if we need a push at the end to win, and we need to put him out there, then yeah.
And of course, this is all based on game situation. I mean, we're blowing them out in the third quarter. Nick Bosa ain't stepping on the field. If he does, that's negligence. Because let's be real, the worst thing that would happen is for Nick Bosa to, get a high ankle sprain or something, knock on wood. Sunday because he had, or pull a hamstring or something because he hasn't been out there.
So we got Sunday, 74 degrees is a
Yeah.
high, 64 low, thunderstorms, 69% chance of rain. So
What does it say
that's
the
going to be
humidity?
let me
Because
see.
it seems if it's 74 and raining, that's gonna be humid as fuck, bro.
87.
87% humidity. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good because you're also dealing with dehydration. You know, Kyle said that he isn't aware. I don't know if y'all watched his press conference, but he said he's not aware if Nick Bosa's been doing D-line Pacific drills. He believes that he was doing what he's always done. I'm gonna
I
go
think
ahead.
he's.
I'm gonna
I
hop on
think
the
he's.
bus.
Okay.
I'll get at y'all later. Y'all enjoy the show, but I thought I'd hop on. And great day, legendary day for the Niners, and big ups to Big Nick Bosa.
Indeed.
Nick, party at Bosa's house. He can afford it.
Right. All right, TJ. We'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, brother. Yep.
Get out. So you're thinking like every third down, a third of the snaps?
Somewhere around there. Maybe they'll put him out there on a first down, depending on like just the situation, and then they'll pull him out. I don't think they're going to have him play in every snap. Maybe they'll put him out there for a couple twos, but I think he'd be more beneficial on a first or a third. And then let's just see how he does. If he does really good, maybe they'll just keep him out there. But I think they'll be careful with him.
I don't know, man. I think it's Bosa. You just got to pay all that money. Go earn it, man. I think. Now, do you think he's going to limit himself, or is that going to be the team keeping him on that pitch count that you're talking about?
I think it'll be the team. I don't think he'll limit himself. I think he knows where he's at. I think he'll be overconfident, maybe.
I don't know. I think you let him go. You've got, and me, there were a couple of summers getting ready for like football and stuff like that. Like I didn't do shit all summer long. You know what I mean? So you go into that first game or those first weeks of practice and you just go crazy. And I think with him, especially with at that number, you have to prove it. Because if he goes out and has a bad game, whether he plays 4 snaps or 400 kind of a thing, he's going to get criticized. So I think he needs to go out there, get as much work as he does. But I don't think they necessarily keep him on a pinch count. But I think they have to be careful when they see, Bosa, getting pushed back, then you pull him out. But I think to start the game, you just let him run. You just let him get out there and you just let him go. So maybe not necessarily the pitch count like you were talking about, like maybe like I said, first and third kind of thing. I think you let him go until it's noticeable. Okay, he's tired. Then you pull him out. Say let him go all the first, and then start watching him at the second.
Mm-hmm.
Then you rest up at a halftime, and then you let him all go as much as he can in the third, and then you start taking an eye on him going into the fourth kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. If he wants to go, you let him go.
Okay, Raphael.
Except James.
James. Boom, baby. Look at this. Yep. You got the beer from Bosa.
Yep. Cheers, everyone.
Yep. And this, everybody just saying, great news, Big W. Definitely news.
Oh, yeah.
In case anybody who has been in the dark, let's go ahead and pull it up again. Nick Bosa. Bam. Nope. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Bosa signed a contract extension today for 5 years, $170 million with $122, making him the most money. What's the word I'm looking for? Richest player for a non-quarterback ever. That's a lot. I can't even imagine 122 guaranteed. Just I can barely imagine like a mill. And these guys are just pulling in huge amounts of money. Obviously, with the way I know a lot of people were saying that if we paid him 34 or 35, it was going to break the cap. We weren't going to be able to afford people next year. I don't believe that. Simply because the cap is going up next year.
Yep.
So we're going to be. It's not going to cost us Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuels, people, all those other guys, younger guys, because we're also going to be cutting. People don't realize we're also going to be losing players at the same time. So.
Yeah, it's just
Bosa
going to
said,
really depend.
"Show me the money."
It is.
Yeah.
It's going to just depend on if we win the chip this year and what people want to do after that. If we don't, we'll find out.
Congratulations, James. Congratulations on that, my man.
Yeah, congratulations. I seen you on No Borders, and yeah, that was awesome.
That's
Great.
good to hear, man. Wish nothing but luck for you, the kid, and the family, my man. All right, let's see who else we got. Bosa Durnall. Yeah, there you go. He's got a name. His first name has to be Bosa or Nick. I like it.
Would it be a bad name?
Can you go Nick for a girl?
Oh wow, Nikki.
Yeah,
Right?
Nikki. So you can go Nick. My ex, she had twins, or not twins, but she had two girls. One of them was named was Ryan and Bradley for both her girls, which you don't think of Brian and Bradley as girl names, but they actually worked out quite well. If you got to know, like, oh yeah, you're Ryan, you're Bradley. So yeah, let's call Nikki. Yeah, Nikki. Yep. See, James is agreeing. Nikki, it is.
There we go.
His contract say Ayuk is gone. No, I don't think this has any sort of effect on Ayuk's contract at all. Completely different position, money. It's completely different between those positions. So I don't think it has any effect on that. Raphael with congratulations. Nicola. The only problem is if you name your daughter Nicola, you know what the Ricola, you know that's what's going to go up with it. Everybody's going to be Nicola. Pull up this other one while we're here. And for anybody else who has not yet seen, here are your captains for this year. On the defensive side of the ball, we only got two this year. We got Fred and Eric, and then we got four from the offense with Trent and George as the returnees. We got Debo as a first-time captain, which I think it's a year late on Debo, but I'm glad to see that we got that C on his chest. And then the one I know is going to rub quite a few people, Brock Purdy is also going to be your captain. So curious to see if it gets announced in the next few days, if George is also going to be announced as a captain as well. Randy. Nicodemus. Wilkes is a happy man at the moment. Oh, yeah, for sure. Now he's got his full complement of players. He's got all the weapons now. Randy love those captains. Yep. Raphael, good captains. Don't worry, much of Brian Juice, kill all the next year. We'll see that cap on D4. Yep, definitely. We'll see. So like I said, it's a totally different financial situation between player of the year and that kind of stuff. So if I was English, I mean, we're Poppy. And thanks, Randy. Well,
Yeah, that's just. I think that's probably the biggest surprise is putting Brock Purdy there as a captain.
for sure.
I think a lot of people will be a little, not as much there will be some irked people, but I think there's going to be some people that just says maybe it's a little too soon. But if he's the leader of the clubhouse and the real deal, right?
I was kind of hoping Juice would be named captain too. To be honest with you, I would have loved seeing Juice as a captain.
Yeah, Juice deserves it. He really does. He puts a lot of work in there.
Especially if, this is going to be like his last year and everything like that. So would have been nice to see him get that C on his chest just the one time.
Yeah. They got a lot of underspoken or people that not necessarily have those C's but step up in the locker room, and Juice is definitely he's a captain without that C.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of the reason why they gave it to Purdy, because you look at last year, he was the leader on the field for the offense. And I get that at the quarterback position that's should be an automatic type thing, but it doesn't necessarily come natural for everybody, especially as a leader. The way he handled himself out there was probably one of the most impressive things about him, more than the touchdown ratio, the winning, or anything like that. Is that he walked out there and he basically took control, and they're like, "This is my offense, my team," So see, Randy, got to give Brock the C. Yeah, and they did.
BCB.
Surprised Purdy got to see. Yeah, that's what Bryant was saying earlier. That since he didn't want to give Trey the captaincy last year, which shows kind of. I almost think it's kind of like an FU to Trey, like one last little stab of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a little weird. It's like they're taking a different step or a different direction. If you would have done the same route you did last year by not giving the quarterback a C, then I could see it happening this way. But for you to give it to him, I don't know.
Yeah.
They really do believe in Brock. Brock's a good player, and I don't disbelieve, but put a lot of chicken eggs in that basket before they're hatched. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm only against it being a second-year player. Giving him a C. Like, obviously, if we're playing hockey, he's definitely not getting the C, no matter how damn good he was as a rookie. But like I was just gonna say this to Raphael. He's got the keys. This is his car now. He's got to drive it. So I mean, it's sink or swim now. You're gonna however it gets run, it's definitely on you.
David. BCB. The C stands for captain.
Right?
Captain Purdy.
We have now changed the C in BCB. Oh damn, that's good. That is really good.
Yep, big Captain Brock.
Right. That's what it's been always. That's what it stood for the whole time, right? Captain. Yeah, I think that's been the whole thing with 49er quarterbacks in general under Shanahan. Just don't do the dumb shit. How many times do we see Jimmy, and as good as Jimmy played at times, he would also have those stupid throws. Like, what are you doing? And I know that's one of the things that they said about Purdy is like, he can't. That no interception thing is going to catch up to him. Yeah, I agree. It's going to catch up to him. He's still going to need some of that growth experience that we never got to see with Trey to let him grow. We're going to have to let some of those mistakes be made by Brock. And what are we going to do? Pull Brock after a 2 interception game and put in Sam Darnold? I mean, is that what we're going to do? We'll see. I still think that's to be determined. He did have a little bit of a workload reduction after that game, so we'll see. Yeah, for sure. It definitely went towards helping with him. That Jamester now, big hat, Brock. No, I'm missing something on this one.
I think it was for captain, but they put a cap, so.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I'm a bit slow on that one.
Like,
is Kittle ready to go? I haven't heard anything about it. I know they practiced today. I have not looked at literally anything else that has gone on today, except for the captaincies and the Bosa signings. Like I said, usually I'll come home, I'll eat real quick after work, and then I'll come in here and I'll check out everything to see. Didn't do any of my usual stuff. I just went straight, got home, and straight online with everything. See Randy, David the Goat McNuevo. If anybody wants to translate that, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, Randy's always put McNuevo. I think it's is a McNew in Spanish, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. I'm worried about Kittle. I am, but I'm not. This is normal for Kittle. He missed how many games to start the season last year? Then look how strong he finished. So I'm not worried about it. He'll come back when he's healthy, and whether or not he lasts the entire season, that'll be seen. But we know what kind of Kittle we're going to get while he's healthy. McNew, there you go. Well, I think we've gone about an hour with everything here, so I think we're going to give this one a end right now. So, Brian,
right.
What do you guys got going on today?
Well, I'll be hanging out with Corey later today. We're going to be doing our weekly pick'ems. If you want to jump in, if you can't stay the whole show, if you want to just put your picks in the chat, Corey keeps them recorded, and then at the end of the year, he does something nice for whoever comes out with the most picks. And I'll be on that for a little while. I was supposed to have a Steelers friend come on, somebody from work, but I asked him. I said, "Call me. Give him my number so I can help him with the StreamYard." And he hasn't reached out, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen today or not. But then, oh yeah, check out East Coast Red and Gold today if you get a chance.
They're going to what, 5?
Yeah,
usually?
got a lot of good people on tonight. They're gonna, I think, do like an NFC West roundtable or something like that, where they have Joe Stevens, Seattle Seahawk Talk, Joe Stevens, Seattle Seahawk Talk. That's the name of his channel. And then they have a girl who I've never seen before, but she looks like she's wearing a Cardinal jersey. I think her name's Alexa or Alex, or I'm not positive. And then they have Payo Time. I think you know who Payo Time is.
Yep.
Payo Times, man, he's my favorite Rams content creator. I don't know, there's just positive energy. That's all he's got. It's just you can tell him he's ugly, and the guy would still tell you, thank you for the compliment. I mean, Payo's just got away with, like just taking it all and
I can't compliment a Rams guy, but all right.
yeah,
I've
Payo's
seen him on. He's good. Yeah.
So checking that out.
What time is Corey's at?
Oh, I want to say it's at 8. I want to say it's at 8 because we moved the show so everybody can get in.
Why, hello, Jamie. Can't hear you. She's showing up fashionably late. If Corey's on at 7.
I think it's 7 or 8. I'm not positive. I think it's 8. Let me double check.
That's bedtime for me, man. I gotta get up at 2 in the morning. I can't be staying up late. I seriously start getting ready for bed at like 6.
So here's the thing too. If you want to be part of the, just so you can have it, be having fun, you could send me the numbers or send Corey the numbers, and then we'll put them in the record. So either way, you can still be there. It's a lot of fun.
I'm going to answer you this in just 1 second. Keep going, Brian.
Yeah, so Corey, he just been doing this for I think 2 or 3 years now. This is the second year I'll be doing it with him, and it's just a lot of fun.
Just a regular pick'em?
Yeah,
is it a buy-in or just for free?
No, it's all free. And then at the last game, we asked for a point spread. Like not a point spread, but we asked for who's gonna win. What's the total point?
The Monday night usual thing.
Yeah.
All right. So to answer your question, David, here we go. Oh nope, that's the wrong one. This one. There you go, buddy. I'll see you guys on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I am in the house for Thanksgiving. We got some damn good. So we are right above the players' tunnel. Like we are right above where they come out.
Yeah, seat 8. That's gonna be like what? Just 8 seats back, row 5.
Yeah. So
that's good tickets.
Yeah. They were hell expensive. Let me see if I can pull up the interactive map to show where exactly this is. Lumen Field seat map.
Okay, so Corey shows tonight at 7.
Okay.
But yeah, if you just want to send me your picks later, I'll send them to Corey, or you can do it to Corey.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Are you doing? How many fantasy leagues are you doing this year?
Oh, I'm just doing 2 this year. I was gonna do 3, and I had to pull out of one because it's just a little too much sometimes.
Jamie,
can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Sorry about that. Mike was not wanting to work for a second.
No worries.
Oh, good. So your view on everything that happened today?
So I got the notification like right before my class started. So like I was just like, oh, okay. So I haven't really had it's his guaranteed money 120 million.
122.
Yeah.
122? Jesus Christ. Okay. That's a lot. But he's getting paid more than Darnold, right? Aaron Donald. Yeah. I'm just glad it's done because everybody's been freaking out, and like I'm been a little bit worried because I've been kind of quiet about it. But I'm glad that it's done now, and they got the deal done. And they probably had to take they probably had to negotiate quite a bit to kind of get to a place where they both were comfortable, and everything like that. So I'm pretty excited though. I'm wearing my Bosa shirt right now.
Right
Yeah, I
on.
should have worn mine. All right, so here is where I will be sitting for that game,
Oh yeah.
and that's the players' tunnel right there.
Nice.
So I'm sure the players and everybody they'll hear us screaming and everything. I'll have my flag up and everything down there. But yeah, so that's where we'll be sitting, and we got these 4 seats. I'm going with a couple of friends and everything like that. So
Very cool.
yeah, that's look for us on this. I think this is the north side of the field. Let's see where's the north side of the field because this is where 12th man thing is over there. I think. I don't know, flags on this side. So either way, we'll be in the end zone.
Cute.
Jamie, have you seen who the captains are this year?
Yes, I just saw it pop up.
I can pull it up for you if you want, so you can see it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. I know Purdy's a captain,
Yep.
which is interesting. I mean, it's good because he's a quarterback, so that's good. I'm just surprised because Bosa was a captain last year, correct?
Yep. That's one of the storylines that'll be happening. Like, I thought it was really weird that his signing and then the captaincies were announced pretty much at the same time.
I wonder if it's more. I saw somebody say, I wonder if it's more due to the fact that he wasn't at camp and he couldn't like campaign. I guess I don't know if that's the right word, but like to be a captain, because I don't know if that's a thing and how that because it's voted on by the players, right? And the coaching.
But I would still think if you had to campaign, like you were saying, I mean, what campaign does Nick Bosa have to do? He should just be like, I'm Nick Bosa, and do the whole thing.
But yeah, I think that's the most interesting is that he was one last year, and he's not this year. Kind of interesting, but like no major surprises besides that because these guys have mostly been the captains for pretty much the whole time, except for Purdy. He's really the new face on
Debo's a first-time captain too.
Yeah. Okay. Thought he was last year. I kind of maybe forgot.
No, I thought he should have been a captain last year, but for whatever reason, I don't know why he wasn't.
I mean, that's good. I think Debo has an experience now. Hopefully, it's good, and he'll be good. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. We let go Zane Gonzalez, and there was another guy we let go, and
AJ Parker.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Defensive back. I think he was IR settlement or whatever it was too.
So we settled, got $2 more million, and we were able to pay Bosa.
Yep. There's that bridge that we needed to gap to get over to it.
Yep. Because when that announcement of the releases came through, everybody's like, okay, here we go. Just got to wait until everything's official. Everybody's like, they're just cleaning a little bit more room.
Yeah.
For Bosa. So
it would have been nice to see it happen on 9/7, but
I know. Who was it? Mike Andrews from Nothing But Niners was saying that it should be 9/7 and we should celebrate it. Like, everybody wear their Bosa stuff and talk. Do the same thing like we do on 8/7. I'm like, yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. I'm just excited that it's done. He's probably going to play on Sunday unless So it's huge. And he's such a huge part of the defense. It's such a good thing that it's done. I know people were freaking out that it was taking so long, but I'm glad that they took their time to get him here. I'm sure it was not an easy process to do all the negotiations, but it's a good thing.
I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, we've heard from John Lynch and everybody else that we have a plan. We have a plan for the last year and a half about it. And for it to come down to, literally the last second, I'm kind of disappointed or, like what the hell we've been talking about for the last, 18 months that, we've been planning for this. We've been planning for this. What exactly have you been planning for? Because I'm sure if they started negotiations back then, they're like, hey, how much you want? Bosa probably said, 35, 34, and they probably lowballed him to like 31.
Mm-hmm. But I think it was probably a tougher negotiation than maybe they were anticipating. Maybe. I don't know. But like, I still feel like you should have had some idea of what he was going to want.
For sure.
So, yeah. So I do find it, I am just glad that it's done. I think it's more relief that it's done. They didn't let him walk or go anywhere. They didn't have to franchise tag him or do anything weird to keep him on the team. so like everything is good. He got his contract, he got paid, and it's all good.
So that was a big cat Brock. How you doing, Danielle? Thank you for showing up. I don't think that's what the C was originally supposed to mean. Well, at least now it's a little bit more PC. You know what I mean? It's not so, you can say it loud without like, okay, did I offend anybody by saying, All right, so Jamie, pitch count for Bosa. What do you think?
Oh, probably a little bit less than normal because he's missed so much camp, but like it's probably going to be close to normal. Maybe, yeah. Like I don't think he's going to be on like a very very low pitch count because he's probably been working out and doing everything he needs to do. Like he's probably in shape. So like, because I feel like I saw Kyle said that would be the one reason he wouldn't play if he was like super out of shape. But like, I'd be really really surprised if he was.
Yeah, the only difference is that we know Bosa's in shape.
Mm-hmm.
How close is he to football shape?
That's true.
So that's the only. But I mean, at that amount of money, he could have paid some people to come up and like line up against him. Play some old pros, some college buddies, just line up, full pads, and just get that tissue worked in for all that kind of stuff.
So that was kind of my joke a couple of weeks ago. Is like maybe he's standing in the weight room, he's standing there and letting people hit him with a bamboo stick or something like that. Go ahead, another whack. Go ahead, soft tissue, take that. Like.
Probably, I don't know.
This isn't blood in, blood out kind of.
It's like I gotta be ready. So, you guys think the Trey Lance departure had anything to do with the prolonging of the contract? Do you think the agent went after more money?
No, I don't think anything had to do with it.
Okay.
Personally, we could be talking out our ass for anything, but I don't think I think Trey Lance was solely around the thing that, like I had said, once Sam Darnold was signed, I thought the writing was on the wall for us getting rid of Trey at some point.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying because they already had said it for like 2 years. We got the money for Bosa. We got the money for Ayuk. We know what we're doing. So I don't know why it took so long for them to get it all signed, but definitely glad they finally got it signed, got it figured out.
I mean, it probably helped because of with Trey's contract being off the books now, probably helped. But like, I do agree that they had to, like, since they drafted Bosa and were able to get him, like they've had to have known like he's gonna cost a lot of money if they want to keep him on the team besides his rookie contract. So like they've had to have some idea. And now that you keep saying that, it's so weird that they like that it did take this long, but it is just good that it's happened and then they were able to figure it out. And that, but I'm more curious about what the cap hit is going to be like next year because I saw a couple of tweets, but it looks like there's a lot of people who are going to be getting like paid a lot or have big cap hits next year. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to maneuver any of that or what they're going to do.
The cap also goes up every year. So, I mean, that does help with everything. Yeah. From Danielle, the pressure's on Brock Purdy is crazy. We're in a win now situation, so I feel like Brock has to be an elite quarterback. I slightly disagree in the fact that he has to be elite. I think with the elite weapons that he has around him, as long as he just gets them the weapons and doesn't make the mistakes, kind of like we've talked about previously, that's where Brock has to be elite. Just get them. He's not going to be Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrows, Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have to be that guy. Let the rest of the team carry it. Just
needs to be efficient.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. That's the best word. Just be efficient.
He has to be Jimmy-esque in 2017, where he's able to get them the ball and just let them do their thing. Like that's what he has to be able to do and hit those throws that he needs to hit.
Yeah.
And if he can do that, then we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, don't be afraid to throw an incompletion, throw it out of bounds, don't throw an interception. Just you don't have to be the hero. Don't be the guy that loses the game for us. Because I think if you just play sound football, I think he's going to take us there. I think he really is. Just distribute the ball the way you were already doing it. Get it to the playmakers. We got the Yak boys. Let them go and get all the Yak yards. And don't worry about it. People saying you're dinking and dunking, because at the end of the day, when you're dinking and dunking and your Super Bowl ring goes in the milk when you're dunking your cookie, that's all that matters at the end, right?
Yeah.
I
know a lot of people used to get down on Jimmy when he only throw for like 190 yards, but I'm like, yeah, but he threw for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. I'm okay with that. And we go out and we win 12, 14 games a year. If that's I have no problem with my quarterback only throwing that much, especially with that defense and that running game, and we win. What's the problem, people? I don't give a damn how much he's throwing for as long as we win.
For real. Yeah, because that's the thing is, if we win a lot of games, we're in the playoffs. And that's the thing. If we want a chance at the Super Bowl, we have to make the playoffs, and we have to be able to get there. And to get there, you have to win games. So does it really matter if you dink and duck in a win, or if you do the big plays? You get there.
Filou has been saying this on multiple streams. I've seen him, so we got to hold him to that. He is definitely on board the Purdy hype train on this one.
I am very interested to see Purdy start the season and have like a full season of him as a starter and how it goes. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because they have tape on now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I don't know.
For sure.
I like Purdy a lot, and I think he has a lot of stuff that Kyle likes in his quarterbacks. I think there's a lot and I think that's why Kyle likes him. I just hope it goes well, I just hope no injuries happen. That's my main thing. No injuries.
Yeah, give us a full year healthy with everybody, and man, this team will definitely go far.
For real.
It is interesting to look at how we've made it to the playoffs the last couple of years, because each year seems to be a little bit different. The 2019, we only lost 3 games or something like that whole year, but we were really, some people say we started out slow. I think the team was just kind of reworking itself a little bit and just gelling together. But they struck fire. But in the middle of the season, we had to go get a wide receiver because we had some injuries, like you're saying. Debo was injured, and I think we had a couple other wide receivers. We didn't really have
Pettis that. Was probably injured.
Yeah, Pettis I think was hurt too. So we go ahead and we make it to the Super Bowl, right? And we lose it. And then the following season was bad. 21, that wasn't so bad, but we had some injuries. And then later in the year, we started, losing some games. And we had to win games to get in at the end. It got really tight. But that's the point I'm getting at, is like we were a good team in 2019, went all the way, right? 2021, we had to fight for it, and we got there. We almost got there as a drop pass. And then like last year, we started out and kind of shaky a little bit. We were like 3-5 at one point, and then we go in and win 8 in a row, 9 in a row, something like that. So I think this team knows up here how to win. I think they know they can win. Mm-hmm. And I think they know how important it is. So like if we lose a couple games to begin the season, I'm not going to be frantic. I am going to be upset. I don't want them to lose, but I think this team stays healthy. Like you both said, we're going all the way. We're going to hoist the Lombardi this year.
Yep.
I can't say anything else besides that. I mean, I think that's pretty much what everybody's ideal season would be. Everybody stay healthy, and I don't see why, at the very least, we aren't in a deep playoff run, let alone win the championship. So,
yep.
I don't know. I think right before. Anything else from you, Jamie? I think we were almost getting ready to cut it off when you jumped in.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. You guys have said pretty much the main things, like the biggest question mark on this team is them staying healthy, because there's always something each year, a really big injury happening to somebody, one of our key players. So it's just, I think if they can stay, I know they're not going to stay completely healthy the whole year, but if they can stay pretty healthy the whole year, no serious injuries, I think they can make a big run. I really do. As long as the defense plays the way it's been playing the last few years, if Brock Purdy keeps playing the way he was at the end of last year, there's no reason why we can't make a deep playoff run, and go for it. So, yeah.
All right. And then Brian, we got you with the Coast to Coast guys at 5:00.
Coast to Coast is Monday. So Coast to Coast is on Mondays, and then
Mondays.
Wednesdays tonight will be 7 p.m. at Corey's channel.
Corey's. Okay, yeah. So everybody, lockdown 49ers Corey's. I'm
Yeah.
definitely trying to get you those picks in here shortly before you guys go live with that one later on this evening.
Yeah, as long as it's before Thursday's game, we can get you in.
Yeah, I'll try and get it done.
We got football tomorrow, guys.
This seems like it has been one of the longest off seasons in history.
Oh, jeez.
The longest and the shortest. It's weird.
I'm going to add in the Seahawks Thanksgiving game because that game, I know I'm going. I'm already hyped up about that, but I can tell you right now, I know this town. I live here. It's going to be crazy up in here. So I'm hoping to have a big old turkey leg on that field at some point Thanksgiving Day.
Hey, that's an interesting question. Do they actually serve turkey on Thanksgiving at the stadium? Can you actually buy a drumstick or something like that?
I have no idea. Maybe I'll have to sneak one in.
Right?
I'm gonna have to see how I can do that because I know I've been talking to a couple of friends of mine that are up here and they do tailgating for Seahawks and stuff. So we're kind of gonna do like a Thanksgiving tailgate type of thing before the game. I wonder if I can sneak a turkey leg in and hopefully I can, film myself eating it on the field. Or not to say on the field, but in this, I would just walk around and say, "Hey,
Well, man.
Hopefully we have, how like last year after the Seahawks game, there was the big section of Niner fans that stayed for the Kittle and Purdy interview. You can find me up front. I'll just be like, I know that crazy motherfucker.
That would really make this year just like win the Super Bowl, eat Thanksgiving dinner on the Seahawks field. That'd just really be great. That would just boom.
Hey, all right, everybody. So as a recap, Bosa has signed 107 overall, 122.5 guaranteed, averages out to about 35 a year. We also have our captains for this year. On the offense, we have George Kittle, Purdy, Trent Williams, and Debo. And on the defense, we've got Warner and Armstead. I still think we're still going to get a Nick Bosa captaincy here shortly. But so definitely we'll see everybody again later on tonight. For those of you who are still awake, I probably won't be, for Lockdown 49ers with Corey and you guys. You guys are going to be going with your picks. And then me and Jamie will be starting up our Friday show here this Friday for our weekly recap show. It's a little recap / preview / drinking show that we do Friday evenings.
What time do you guys plan on starting that?
Oh, we're going to talk about that here after the show.
Oh, perfect. I want to know the details. I'll be around. You guys, Thank you so much for having me. And, go Niners. We got a Bosa.
Let's go. And football tomorrow. All right. Everybody have a good night. Thank you.
All right.